All right. Good morning, everybody. Just doing a little sound check real quick. If you can hear me, type 1 real quick, or maybe a thumbs up, or maybe say hello. Polly, good morning. Knight, good morning. John, good morning. Panini, good morning. Looking like we got some audio. Good deal. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hopefully well rested, or at least got some, maybe got some sun. Maybe went out and did something, hobby or whatnot. We're gonna let some people flow in and then we'll get going. I think that today is definitely looking like maybe it's a part of a larger template. On a lot of different pairs, we're looking at some decent signals, some really straightforward things to be looking for today on this No News Monday. Come on in. Don't be a lurker. Say hello. Artie, good morning. Mr. Mustang, welcome back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. Just a quick reminder that I am not a financial advisor. The information on this channel is provided for informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Please feel free read through this so you know I'm not a financial advisor. Great. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good morning or good day, depending on where you are in the world. Some really straightforward things coming along on the charts today. Starting off on the Nasdaq, we're going to go through the cycles. We're going to go through the three things that markets do, and what could we possibly be looking for based off of what this chart has been doing. Today's day 3 of the 3-day cycle on the Nasdaq, which is nice to see. We're looking at the templates. So the fact that this was a failed breakout at the high of the current week from last week, I think I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos a few days ago, and they asked, if it's supposed to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's the 3-day templates, why do you overcomplicate it? It's the same templates. It's the same templates. You're looking for the exact same thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they build some kind of box, they build some kind of template where they've either created a range, broke out of the range, day 3, trend trade of the range, build the range, break out of the range, and then maybe a failed breakout of the range on the next days. Breakout fails. We're only looking for either a reversal setup or a trend setup. That's the only thing that could possibly happen, unless it goes into a trading range, but I'm not looking to execute on those anyways. So it's the same templates. We have a peak formation high, a failed breakout. That resets the cycle day 1. And then we have a breakout day. This was a first red day, and then we had breakout day 1 on Friday. So we have our peak formation day 1 of the cycle. And we have day 2 of the cycle, A plus B equals C. All right. So what do I mean by A plus B equals C? If everything is supposed to be... No, we have not taken any trades yet, Mark. Good morning, Joanne. Boone, good morning. If everything is meant to be a template, then there should be 1 + 1 = 2 sort of ways of looking at things. A + B = C. And that's our big, broad view picture way of looking at things. The first day plus the second day equals what do I look for on the third day? That's the easiest way to remember. So I've got day 1 that was reset by or created by this peak formation high. That's high of the week, breakout failed. I reset the cycle, day 1. We're moving away from a peak formation high. Day 2 of the 3-day cycle, now I'm looking for the information. What did this day do to tell me what to look for over yonder? Okay, we have a breakout close. Okay, we had a breakout close. This was breakout day 2. We had breakout day 1, breakout day 2. So what I'm going to do now is assess or take the information that I've learned from that breakout. Market only does 3 things: project the level across. What do I look for today? This breakout is either going to succeed or it's going to fail. So what would a textbook opportunity or a textbook setup look like? They would break out, they would pull back, and then I would look for a trending opportunity back down to the low. Breakout, pullback, continuation. Now, does that have to happen today? No. That's where we start looking at details. We start looking at what has happened on Friday, and I can make a better assessment based off of that. So on Friday, we had a very large decline day outside of a previous day's range. This is a wide range day. So after a period of expansion, usually you'll see periods of contractions. You'll see narrow range day or a more consolidated day. And I'm not saying that that is going to happen today. We still might get a setup. I'm just pointing those things out so that we're all kind of on the same page. All right, so today I could be looking for a trade back up for the money. You know, you could be looking for the reversal back up, essentially trading the pullback. I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to be looking for breakout, pullback, and the trend trade. Those are usually the easier trades to execute on day 3. So I'm going to go down to a 5-minute chart. How do I know if I'm ready to take the trade or not? Well, I'm going to look at the chart on the day and say, are we making higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs? And if we are making higher highs and higher lows, have they flipped around and made a lower low? Have they broke structure down so that way I can look for a lower high? Okay. So where we've been going up, we've broken, we've made higher highs. They did not pull back. They pulled back here a little bit. Did not go higher. So we have no confirmed low just yet. They went a little bit lower down over here. And then this is where they broke and they went higher. So this low right here is still intact. This is just a higher low in an uptrend for the day. And we're still making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm going to label this my higher low. And then I'm going to wait for a couple of things. It's 9:24, so we've got 6 minutes until the open. And they have not made the lower low yet, which could be concerning. If it pulls back in excess of 2 bars, and I confirm a swing high, and then they break that swing high, then I confirm a swing low. If they break the swing low, then I have a lower low, and I can look for lower high, continuation. Option 1. Option 2, they've broken the high. They come down here, they break the low, they pull back, and I can get in on a lower high continuation pattern. Where do I take this? I'm going to go back towards, you've got closing price, you've got low of day, you've got previous day's low. If this were to actually start to play out. All right, doing a little planning ahead. So that way, if it does show up, you all can watch me execute accordingly. All right. Shaky, good morning to you. Nikolai, good morning. Nelly, good morning. Words, good morning. Or good afternoon, depending on where you are. It looks like you might be in the afternoon. Good deal. Why did I not just, there we go. Probably should have just done that. Whatever. Okay, we're going to go to US 30. Hopefully it's going to be somewhat similar or about the same. We've got multiple days of breakouts on US 30, so I need to actually slow down, take a look. What has been going on? US 30, we had a first red day. In fact, I'm going to go back here. We'll go through the process. Back over here. Paulie, I don't understand what you mean, the intact part. Did I say something? Intact. Maybe I should go back and rewatch my own recording to see what I said. Anyways, so US 30. I'm on a 15-minute chart. Doesn't matter. You can go to 1 hour because the most important thing is the daily levels, right? We had a first red. We had breakout day 1. All right, I'm going to put BO1. It does not mean body odor. All right, we got breakout 1. We have breakout 2, and 3, and 4. So we're up into breakout day 4. We have not triggered the other side of the range. That's how I know it's breakout day 4, because we've been building cash at the other side. Market is itching to get back over there. Does it have to go back anytime soon? No. We could be in an extended run. This could be a very strong move. And we could see up to, I mean, I will say up to, but, you know, usually you'll see 8, 9 days in a row where they've just continued to go in one direction on one of these extended runs. Am I saying that's what's happening? No. I'm just saying that with the information that I currently have, breakout day 1 all the way up to breakout day 4, it could be a strong move. All right, so 4 days of breakouts. Most important thing, with 4 days of breakouts, what am I actually looking for? We're in breakout down, which means that trend trades are an option. I just don't usually do that when we have broken out this many days in a row. The setup that I look for is the reversal setup. If we start making higher highs and higher lows after 4 days of breakouts, I'm looking for them to go back for the money, back for the other side of the range. So on this 15-minute chart, we've been making lower lows and lower highs. And then today, we still have not made a higher high. This is a very clean level. Lower low, lower highs in place. Trades back up to the high. And on the day, we're going to see. If they had broken this on especially on a 15-minute chart, and had been pulling back like this, I would have been a lot more excited about it. All right. At the very least, the chart's nice and clean. Very nice, very clean movements. The levels are very clear. I'd be willing to watch this. Nothing crazy, though. Nothing that I'm jumping out of my chair about or, you know, incredibly excited about. All right, gold. We had a breakout over here on Wednesday of last week. We had an inside bar, first green day. I think someone just asked me, yeah, Nelly, I think you might have missed the first green day from Thursday. And then Friday was a breakout day 1. There we go. And then that leads us into today. We've got breakout day 1. Looking for a trend trade opportunity if it were to present in the session. A lot of time, I can actually see it right here. This is perfect. So right here where they triggered previous day's high early in the day, and then they've been pulling back, low of day opportunities, coming off of the low of the day, going into consolidation, and then going vertical engulfment pin hammer. This is on a 1 hour chart. If I go down to a lower time frame, we're going to take a look. Triggered it right at the beginning of the day, dumped it back down into basically creating the low of the day. And you can kind of see that this is jam down 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Largest bar on the chart is the one that reversed. You can see the little breakout here. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And this is actually a little W. Down, up, down. This is a higher low. And then the reversal, the breakout, back up towards the upside. All right. Pops back up, goes into consolidation. Breakout, pullback, engulfment, not 845. Breakout, consolidation. So we go every time the market breaks down or breaks out, it goes sideways. The way that this is presented is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Who said that? Nipsey? Heck yeah. This is my first time seeing this, so that's why I'm kind of just like, dang. This was a really good first hour setup because breakout, pullback. How did they pull back? How did they pull? I mean, look at this. Big bar down. Catches my attention. If I was another trader, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this thing is going, it's going back down, right? We're at the high of the day. It's going back down. Breaks down, goes sideways, push 1. Massive bar to the low, push 2, sideways. Big bar to the low, push 3, sideways consolidation immediately. Big, strong reversal off the low. Beautiful. Push 1, push 2, push 3. We got people trapped below P2. In fact, it actually looks like maybe they caught him at P1 because it really didn't let them out that much. And then it continues to go higher. Nipsey, good stuff. Just keep watching the stream, engineer. All right, Russell. Let me zoom out. Is this similar to like US 30 or Nasdaq? Probably, right? Things are not loading. 832, 932. That's why. Yeah, breakout. This is very similar to kind of like US 30. So we had breakout or first red day, breakout day 1, 2. Looks like 3. We've had 4 days down. Okay, fairly clean lower low over here. And then this one actually did, it looks like maybe this one came up and made a higher high on a 15. Pull back, lower low. Confirms the low down over here. So yeah, we get the high up here. Wow, this one actually did make the higher high. Okay. So this is 4 days down, 4 days breakout down. We have a break-in structure going up. So now on the day, what has happened? We've pulled back. We've gone back into consolidation. This is automatically my main focus right now. I'm going to hurry up. Oil. What has oil done? Oh my gosh. Okay. We got a first red day on Thursday of last week. Breakout day 1 on Friday. This is beautiful. This is perfect. It's the wrong time of day. Whenever you have a breakout day 1, this is what you want to see. You want to see this attempt to go lower. They're basically triggering the previous day's low. You want to see this pop up. You want to see a consolidation at the high of the day and be coming off of the high of the day. Now we're broken out. We're all the way down here. It would be tough for me to kind of justify taking anything on this. This was the trade right here. This was it. This is just, I'm throwing up question marks. What do I do with this? Do I trade the reversal or does it just keep going? My main focus today from what I've just seen is going to have to be the Russell. Yeah, this still has not made a higher high either. On the day, it's making higher highs and higher lows, which is great. It's just not currently doing, what I kind of want to see. Indexes it is. That's what I'm going to be watching. Nothing has really jumped out and told me, hey, this is beautiful. This is perfect. But I've got decent thesis, and that's really all I need. That's all I really need. What in the world? That's all I really need to go off of. My stuff has gotten all turned around. There's P1, P2, P3 gold. It's made 3 drives in this move. Not saying it's reversing by any means. It's just interesting. Okay, I'm going to take away oil because I don't even know what that thing is doing. And I'm going to stare at this one. I'm going to get my other screen pulled up. All right. How's everybody doing? Questions, comments, concerns? Glaring things that you all are wondering about. This is at the high of the day. We have not made a lower low. It just looks so nice the way that this has popped up here and consolidated at the high. It's just we haven't made that lower low, so I can't really do much with it. Tyrone, good morning. Hello to you. Joanne, would be cute too. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's go take a look. 6S. Swiss. So this was a day one of the cycle, breakout day one, and a first green day. This was probably the first green over here, actually. This was the first green right here. This was an attempt to go lower that failed. Inside bar, they hit both sides of the range and expanded the range to go higher. They may have already completed one full expansion. Oh, they've completed two. Cool. Jeez. The only one that's created a higher high, based off of my structural rules that I have to follow, right? The only one that has created the higher high is the one that's consolidating in a range. Fantastic. Indices look crazy dangerous by, I agree. I am going to be playing this extremely cautious, as always. As always. Let's see, Russell. They do look a little, they look a little shady, huh? I just came down to a 1 minute chart on the Russell. Okay, we've got a little 3 push pullback on the Russell on a 1 minute chart. Looking decent. Looking for a strong breakout. Looking for that strong breakout continuation to go higher. If I do end up taking this, I'm taking it back to the high of the day and getting out. Okay, that's my plan. And I'm sticking to it. Sticking. But again, that's a big if. Seems like it's really kind of struggling to push through. Yes, Tony, 110%. That is one of the reasons that I use the candles that I use. They're also just aesthetically pleasing to me, but at the same time, the red and the green, we've been bred since birth to see and believe that those are they mean a certain thing, right? Wow. Strong pushback down. Yep. Also, for whatever reason, those color candles hurt my eyes, so I can't watch them for long periods of time. We're going to do a new 5-minute bar. We're 1 minute in. Yeah, for me, Joanne, it's like whichever color doesn't hurt my eyes to look at for a long period of time. That's the one that I'm usually going to stick with. Interesting. Yeah, I really like the black and white. I kind of alternate between the two. Once I get bored of this, I'll go back. Once I get bored of that, I'll come back. I even like this kind of. Big fan of that. Um, I'm sure they're useful to some people, Tony, but why complicate it? You know, it could be a useful tool if you're trying to see a certain thing. Um, you know, it's all about how you process information, what information you think is the most useful to you. For me, the bar charts are just fine. You use line chart. Cool. If it works for you, it works for you, you know. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. I got to tell you, I'm just not convinced that this is actually going to. It just doesn't look nearly as. I mean, when I say not looking as strong, I've seen things look strong like this. They bump their head up here and then they roll over, and that's fine. And this has kind of already started or done its move. The trade that I would have executed has already kind of taken place on these two, where it is not on this. We have not made it back to the high of the day yet. We're not broken out of the high of the day. So I can take the trade from the inside back towards the outside, which is the high of the day, if it presents, right? $9.45. We've just opened a new 15-minute bar. So let's see, what are we looking like? All right, we have a bar that closed higher than the previous bar. That's good. And then we had this 9:30 open, which is a little crazy looking. This has created a very large range. I do like the fact that we made this higher high, consolidated, and then we came back down here. 2, and then 3. So we've got a 3 push pullback after a higher high in 4 days of breakouts. Either this is a very, very strong move, and this rolls over, and it turns into a trend trade, or a retest of the low, or we're going to go back for the money, which would be the breakout, basically this breakout level up here. All right, previous day's level from Thursday. There's been no retest, which means that this is an area of the chart where there could just be, there's still money sitting here, right? People are break even. Yeah, gold continues to go higher. Wow. Everything is making big runs, big pushes. Good stuff. Mustang done. Hit my TP. What did you trade? Let's see. I've taken the breakout of gold. Okay. Very cool. All right, looking for a high of day breakout plus a little bit more, going back for that money. And I am long the Russell. Interesting. We hit the high of the day and immediately got a loss of momentum and a turnaround. On a 1 minute. And the 5 minute with 40 seconds left is not looking the best. Let's see if this is a bear trap. If this 1 minute bar goes vertical, that would be good because it'd be a very solid bear trap. If it is not, I'm likely to get stopped out. Ooh, last 3 seconds of the bar. Let's see if we can get the recovery. Yeah, I'm starting to, the way that it's consolidating, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a stop out. But I'm going to let it keep doing its thing. I'm not going to close early or anything like that. I think that I'm going to, because I haven't added it into the position, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm thinking this this is not going well. Both of these are looking mighty weak. We had the Nasdaq, which was a breakout of the high of the day, went strongly, aggressively back up. I think this might even, yeah, this went back and got the money as well. Compared to the breakout level. It tested the 20 daily on my end. Like going back up. Poly, like a pullback basically. Is that what you're saying? Okay, cool. Just take a look at what I'm looking at. That's why I'm thinking it's, we got a breakout that comes up, immediately goes back into consolidation and breaks back down. Not good. Not good. You want to see it break out and show strength, right? Continue to run, show some momentum. It's not a good breakout. And they're spending a lot of time making it look like it's going to go back up. Really messing with those emotions. Oh, it's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to go. They'll spend all this time in a 1 minute bar. It's going to go. And then the next, and then it turns into a down close bar right at the last second. They are pulling at the heartstrings of many people. Look at this. Oh no, it's going to go. Oh no, it's not. Look at this. One bar. Is this a breakout fake out bar or is this the actual move? So if it pushes back down and flushes the low of this bar, this is a breakout fake out and we're going vertical down. However, this up close bar, if it consolidates and then runs, that's really good. Two sides of the scenario. Either way, I'm not moving my stop. I'll just get tanked on this one. I'll get stopped out on the one position. Be a 3-point loss. Yeah, Joanne, and I had a feeling, so I didn't go in super heavy with it. But it did everything that I wanted it to do. It followed the criteria. It was in line with what I need to see in order for me to execute. So I took it. No big deal. There's that breakout, fake out bar. I bet you they're about to flush it. The only thing that's a little frustrating about this situation and the scenario is the fact that out of the 3 indexes, I've chose the one that had made a higher high and pulled back, and I executed on the one that isn't going up. But that happens, you know. That's no big deal. What is your average stop loss size? I think I keep it pretty tight. Right now, I've got a 3-point stop. That's not really that big, especially for the Russell. For the Russell, 3 points is pretty small. 25 ticks sometimes. I really just put it wherever I think is best, right? I've got push 1, push 2, push 3 down into the low, and an engulfment, a breakout bar that goes higher. So I've got my stop down here where I believe that people should be trapped. Like there should be people caught in this down move. They're forcing people to buy at those areas of the chart. So I put my stop below this bar here. Yeah, that's really it. I have no idea, Shaky. It would be nice though, right? It'd be nice if they just kind of came down and scraped my stop and then went vertical. That'd be great. But it seems like it's really struggling to get back up there. We'll see. Now, if it does squeeze, I'm going to add into my position. I will say that. I'm sitting here looking at it, watching, and you know, it doesn't look great. I'm going to stick to it though. I don't have the entire world riding on this one trade, so it's really, if I do get stopped out, like I said, it's really no big deal. I haven't added in. And I would want to see them close higher than this double top. That would tell me, hey, this could be an effective add-in. All right, Russell. Don't be weird. You know? Don't be weird. By the way, the reason I would like to see them close above here would be because if I am wrong about direction, right, we've got these really big up close bars here. We've got 1, 2, and 3. That would basically let me know, hey, they've started allowing, they put in a higher low here, which is what just happened right now. And then they start letting the longs into profit. That's good. That's what you want to see. That's what I want to see. All right, I want to see a close higher. I do not want to see a wick. I want to see a close higher. I want to see it close strongly higher. Okay. Okay, I've added into my position and I'm at break even. I'm looking for the high of the day plus 25. The reason I've gone to break even is because we've had a breakout and a pullback and a secondary breakout at the high of the day. I've just got stopped out. Okay. The reason I've done that is because a lot of times with these secondary breakouts, you know, at this point I'm playing a guessing game. We're in a down moving market. They've tried 3 times. There's a very strong possibility that it keeps going, right? But I can't read the future. I don't know. So I take I've added into this position. I'm sized in, right? I don't want to leave myself exposed. This is a breakout. This is a pullback. This is a breakout. Why is it not breaking out and going higher? It should be going higher. What should it be doing? We should be done goofing about. We should be going vertical, right? And it's playing games. So I went to break even, protected myself on size, and ended up getting stopped out. Break even. No big deal. No harm, no foul. No harm done. Now, I will say this. In very strong moves, very strong, where they've built and they've coiled and they've been coiling and pulling in one direction, this will happen. Things like this will happen. And then it will continue to go vertical and go higher, which is a part of the pull, right? They're essentially dragging people up, 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 and then it goes vertical higher. And it's basically a short squeeze because they keep on getting people to short and then they run it in a direction. They're doing everything they can to shake people out. And I was one of them. They shook me out as well. Very well. It is what it is. You know, it happens to me. It's going to happen to you. I protected myself. I'm not mad about it. Yeah, exactly, Mustang. That's the thing with me is like I like to get in past the point of it squeezing, right? So like it's about to squeeze, I get in and it goes vertical and I get out. Sitting here in something where they keep on trying to scare you and then eventually moving the way that you need it to go, it's tough. It's tough to sit through that. It's definitely probably worth taking the risk sometimes, but how do you know which time it's better to take the risk? Now, I would say that on a setup like this, I'm not willing because we're in a down moving market, and I'm going against that. Now I'm going against it with the understanding that there's money sitting up here and whatever, but and I've seen this set up a lot, but it's still very risky, right? To go against the overall market's trend. So I would say that on this one, it wouldn't have been worth it for me. They just hit high of day plus 25 and then reversed. Almost to the pip. Yeah, and that's going to be tough as well, Shaky, because if I think it's a pump and dump, which it very well could be, they didn't trigger previous day's low. Oh, this one. They have not triggered previous day's low on any of these, which means I don't have a lower low. This one started making higher highs and higher lows on the day, which means that I would have to wait for them to make the lower low. And then these, high, low, higher high. I mean, we got a lot of work to do before I'd be allowed to take that. And you could say, well, why don't you just short the engulfment? Well, how can I reproduce that over and over again? How many times does an engulfment not work out? A lot. In my opinion, it's much lower probability. So I'd have to wait for it to go through the process of coming up, pulling back in 2 bars, breaking the high, breaking the low, giving me a 3 push pullback, and then following through. That's a lot of time. And it's 10-10. Now, could I do some rogue, insane move and just engulf and then go vertical back down toward? Sure. Seen that happen before too. And you look at it and you go, oh, why didn't I trade that? Why couldn't I? It's not a part of the process. It doesn't matter. It moved. Great. Reproduce it. Whew. I need to wake up. That's what really needs to happen. I do have good news, though. You all have been following along. I've held you kind of hostage in my attempt to get certain numbers in the gym here. So I benched 230 for 6 yesterday, which means that I should be very close to my 300 goal, which I'm quite excited about. Very excited. That'll put me right back at kind of where I used to be at in 2018. So I'd like to hit that and keep going. Boy, things are getting messy. Things are getting messy. Look at this little emotional piece. 9:30, buy the bar. Next bar goes vertical. You're feeling good. Next bar, inside bar. At one point, this was all the way down here, which means that either this guy was underwater or this guy had his entry retested, so now he's afraid. And then the next bar opens, does not wick down at all, and goes vertical. So now, if you got shaken out, you're like, okay, I'm going to buy. You buy. It dips back down. At one point, this bar was all the way down here. Now you're scared again. So maybe you get shaken out again at a loss now. And then it continues to go up. And then you say, okay. Oh, this has got to be it. I'm going to get in. Buy this bar. Next bar, loss of momentum. Okay, it's fine. I mean, this has happened before. This keeps happening. And it just keeps going back up. And then you get this bar. Oh, no. Oh, no. You get shaken out again. It's all just a big, big mind game. A bullish Monday, yeah. That sure is some distance to get back up there. But I'd almost be willing to... You know, Michael, that might not be a bad thing once you get to break even. Like, once I get to break even, I'd feel fine doing that. And I do that from time to time. Or I'll just go to a higher time frame where I can't see what's going on down low. And like today, that was probably needed because all this back and forth is insane. And it's a shame. Now, I'm going to hold to what I said earlier. My management of this was spot on as far as following my plan. I mean, I said it out loud to you all as I was kind of going through what I was doing. I went long on this bar here with a stop loss below the bar, about right here. So it was very, very close. All right, they almost stopped me out. And I said, if we get a close above here because of these factors, they've allowed the longs to start making money, I will add into my position. And I did. And because of that, I said, well, this is a short squeeze. They've gone once, twice, 3 times. We've had a breakout and a pullback and a secondary breakout. We should be seeing a second leg of the move, or a measured move in general. There should be no more games. They've wicked down enough. They've been seeking and searching and grabbing all the money and convincing people. This should just keep going, right? It wasn't out of fear. It wasn't out of this or that. It was out of, I'm going to protect myself in case I'm wrong, because I've just added into my position. So now my loss would be much larger. So on the close and the add-in and the continuation, they start to follow through. I go to break even because, right? What if I added into this and then move stops up to protect? I get stopped out and then it keeps going. No. Nope. I don't play the game. I don't want to play the game. if I want to play a game, I'll go to the store or whatever. We'll get like a nice little thing of Connect 4, maybe some Monopoly, the game of life. Those are great. I'm just not really willing to do it here. I don't see it going. Yeah, and it's set up well for what could potentially be a short squeeze. They keep putting in higher lows. The only problem is every time they break the high, they immediately pull back. So this could be a pushing pattern, right? We got push 1, push 2, push 3. If this were to reverse strongly and they were to put 1 bar back down, everyone's stuck. Everyone. This guy here, who got in even before me, it would just take 1 bar. So I'm kind of, I don't feel good about it anymore. I don't. The money's still sitting up there. It still looks like maybe it's going to go there. I don't know how it's going to get there. It's being very difficult. I think I'm good. No, I don't, Michaela. It's been a while. I've been on futures for a while now. And that's only because of a while back, the changes with MetaTrader, and there was a US ban and something with leverage and blah, blah, blah. And the Forex is great, but the stuff around it is just, it made me kind of look elsewhere to see like what other things are out there. And when I found futures, spreads are tight, fees are low. Everything about it just, it's very easy to trade indexes and things like that. Yeah, and I could look at Euro futures and things, and from time to time I do. The futures variants or the futures versions of those instruments are kind of clunky. So like I've got them right here in my little futures tab. Right. They're a little clunky. Yeah, and this is just a 1 minute chart too. So on a 5, maybe a little double top high, but what if this is just a higher low? Right? This is actually all inside of a 1 bar range as well, which you did call it a consolidation, so that's 100% correct. We have the highest close in the range or in the move here. Then consolidating for 5, 10, 15, 20. We're into 25, almost 30 minutes of we're in a 1 bar trading range on a 5 minute chart. On a 15, just about the same, it looks like. No. Nope. I feel good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take this as a win. Today's a win. Took 1 trade on the Russell. Added into the position. It got a little choppy. I got stopped out. I'm happy with it. Hopefully the rest of the week things get more clean. Or at least, at some point this week they will. We can find another setup. So I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, 9:15. I don't know. What's the news? Hold on. Timeout. What does the news schedule look like for this week? I know today there wasn't anything. Let's see. All right. Tomorrow, Tuesday. PMI 10 o'clock. Okay. Wednesday, no news. Thursday, unemployment 8:30. Friday, no news. Wow, it's a very light news week for the U.S. Interesting. Huh. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow. I hope this stream has been beneficial to you. If it has, make sure that when the video ends, if you go, make sure you like the video, like the stream or whatever. Leave a comment. Let me know that it's been beneficial to you. All of you that are watching in the background and stuff like that, heck yeah, love to have you all here. But I'll see you all tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time, ready to trade. Bye-bye.